Hello, grade 2s and any grade 3s who decided to join us. Welcome to math. So for today, we're going to still be talking about numbers, but we're going to be talking about the value of the digits in the numbers. So let's take a look at our first number here, the number 47. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to use our base 10 blocks here to create the number 10, 20, 30, and 40. There we go. And then we will make 7 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. There we go. Now, if you take a look, we've got a 4 and a 7 in the number 47, but they have a different value. 4 does not just mean 4. 4 actually means 10, 20, 30, and 40. So the value of this digit, the value of 4, is 40. Now, the value of 7, if you take a look at the blocks underneath, there are 7 ones, which equals 7. So the value of 7 is just 7. Now, this is pretty simple to see when you're dealing with double-digit numbers, but let's move on to a triple-digit number and see if it's still as simple for you. All right, let's start with the hundreds place. So these are the hundreds blocks right here. So in the hundreds spot, we have a 2. So we're going to need 2 hundreds. In the tens space, we have 6. So we're going to need 6 tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And over in the ones place, we need 3 ones. 1, 2, and 3. All right. So if I was going to ask you the value of each number, let's look at the number 3. Now, if you look underneath that digit, we have 3 ones. So the value of 3 is just 3. Now, if I was to ask you what is the value of the 6, we're going to look down at the blocks underneath and realize, oh, 6 is not just a 6 here. We've got these tens, and we know that each of these has 10 blocks in it. So we're going to count by tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and 60. So the value of the 6 is not just a 6, it's 60. Finally, let's look at the hundreds place. We have a 2 here, but it doesn't just mean 2. We can see that there are 2 of these hundreds blocks underneath there. So we count by hundreds, which is easier than it sounds. 100 and 200. So the value of the 2 is 200. Let's do one more example, one that sometimes confuses students, but I think you'll get it. We have the number 405. So let's use our blocks here to represent that number. So starting with the hundreds place here, it is asking us for 4 of these hundreds blocks. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm just going to kind of overlap this one. Maybe I'll make them all a little bit closer here. All right, you can still see clearly that there's 4 of them. Now let's move to the tens place. We have a 0 here. So that means we're not going to bring any of these tens sticks over here. In the ones place, we have a 5. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So then, if I were to ask you what is the value of the 5, you could look underneath and realize the value of the 5 is just 5. There's only 5 ones underneath. That's all it is. Now, if I asked you what the value of the tens was, you can look underneath and realize there are no tens. The value of the 0 is just 0. That's it. There are no tens. Finally, if you look at the hundreds space, you can see that there are 4 of these hundreds blocks underneath. So the 4, the value of it is actually 400. I'm keeping this short and simple today because I feel like my video yesterday was quite long. So I'm actually going to end it right there. over the break, if you want to practice your numbers, it's a great idea to do so. I hope you will have a wonderful break, and we will see you after the break. Goodbye.